What's up, everybody? DJ Fat Tits, great name. Hunweef, hello. U8 Eno, Tobinator, JT. How we doing? Welcome to Bad Advice and Fucky Facts. It's a show. If you've never seen it before, it's pretty stupid. It's basically me losing my mind, and then the entire thing is dedicated to my cat. The Angel Empress Queen, who's right here, Miss Bitty Jean Green. Now, like most other shows, we start this show off with a little prayer. Not to God. Somebody better. Somebody with more reach. Robert Stack, the host of Unsolved Mysteries. So we're going to do that right now. All right, so everybody shut the fuck up while we try to contact Robert Stack and the beyond. Can you hear me, Robert Stack? Listen, dude, Unsolved Mysteries was the shit. These people know. I'm obsessed with that fucking show. It was great. You'd walk out of fog, and then you would literally skull fuck everybody watching with all Unsolved Mysteries. And that voice of yours was just great. It was just dynamite work, good sir. If you could make this show not be just like an absolute piece of shit. Come on, man, please. I tell everybody about Airplane, and then Beavis and Butthead Do America also that's a fine piece of work. But you really kicked some ass while you're down here, dude. If you could just give me some of that to fucking do this stupid show, I'd goddamn appreciate it so much. All right, thanks, Robert Stack. Watch Unsolved Mysteries, everybody. That show is the shit. Life of Steve's here, yes. But anyway, that's the kind of show this is. It's like other shows. You pray to dead TV hosts. But yeah, so the rest of the time it's Fucky Facts. As you can see, there are people going off in the chat there. Those are the sweet, sweet, sick fucks. And you can become one of them and be knighted and ride into Fucky battle with me and Bitty Jean goddamn Green. All you got to do is type the word coitus into the chat, and we'll knight you up so fucking good, you'll be like, Jesus Christ. I've made a mess in my pants. And I don't know which end it's going to come out of, but that's up to you. That's none of my fucking business. So, do that. Oh, don't forget to check out everybody else from David Chuck the Freak, also on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/who the F is JC, twitch.tv/actually Chuck the Freak, and twitch.tv/JAY the JOO, and of course, Jay Gons. He's a friend. He's in here somewhere sometimes, so if you see him, follow him. He plays the video games. We got Hoser89, rise! A knight in the sick fuck army. Look what you've done. You got yourself an automatic family. That's pretty fucking cool. Now, the main rule here is everybody love everybody. Fuck! And then just don't be an asshole. And then if Bitty Jean Green emails you, make sure to respond, especially if it was sent urgently, because I need to know about that. Because, she doesn't tell me her business, but, I gotta stay on top of that, because she's quickly becoming drunk with power from this fucking show. So, it's pretty crazy. Here's our first fucky fact of the show. Get it started off. Oh, wait a minute. No, I gotta tell you about the list of accomplishments for the week so far. It's been a real fucking kicking the balls kind of week for me. I gotta go get fucking teeth ripped out of me on Friday, so I'm pretty fucking nervous about that. I've never had that done before, so that's gonna be something. I just I hope that goes well. So I haven't been able to fucking smoke any weed for like 2 weeks, and you want to see a man on the fucking brink? Just make me not smoke weed for 2 weeks, and then you'll see a man on the brink. We used to have an ASMR segment, and it would calm everybody the fuck down, but the guy died that did it. He was an effeminate southern man. He slipped on some tile. It was covered in butter. So, just a little update for you. So here's our first fucky fact. Voyager 1 and 2 both travel at 35,000 miles an hour and are about 900,000 miles further away from the Earth each day. They're now more than 10 billion miles away.
since the launch in 1977. And that's a fucked up thing about space. It's fucking out there, man. And shit's out there floating around. People from the 70s. I imagine that 1977 NASA wasn't that different than the Studio 54. You know, that's what I picture 1977 NASA's like. People doing cocaine and quaaludes and dancing to the hits of the 70s. Except there was also space. So I can't confirm that. I've never been asked to join NASA. But that's pretty much what I think 1977 NASA life was like. There's just probably so much pussy. It'd have been crazy. Because it's space, man. But yeah, those fuckers sent a satellite out there in 1977. So that thing's probably a real piece of shit. You ever see anything from the 70s? Actually, it's probably quality made. 1970s had some quality made shit. Oh, man. Anyway, how you guys doing? Welcome to the show. Again, if you're new to it, type the word coitus into the chat. We'll night you up, make a big deal out of it, welcome you into our family, and then we'll ride into Fucky battle. Now, from time to time, I don't want you to get fucking alarmed if it happens, but from time to time, we get so fucking excited here that we feel the need to celebrate that excitement. And how do you celebrate that excitement here? That's right, my sweet sick fox. A pussy wall will be erected to the very heavens of Robert Stack. And it'll be fucking glorious. And those fucking satellites that they sent up to that fucking space shit in 1977, if we get excited enough, they'll be able to look down and see that fucker. So that's all we can fucking hope for. My neighbors upstairs are moving around a lot. A lot of activity up there. They hear me go off on Wednesdays. We can start a pussy wall. You guys seem to be excited. That's just my battle scars excited. She threw down the first set of bricks, and so did Jonathan and Hunweef. Let's fucking do it. Build a pussy wall, my sweet chick fuck. And as your reward, I will give you a bonus Bitty Jean Green appearance. Use your Bitty Jean Green emote pussy bricks. And if you don't have those, you can subscribe. Free if you got Amazon Prime. If you don't have them and don't want to fucking subscribe, that's fine. That's all good. All you got to do is use another equivalent pussy emote of some kind. Any kind of cat. You can type the word pussy, but that fucks me up a bit because I'm pretty sensitive. And sometimes it's like, I feel like you're calling me a pussy when you do that. So that's something for me to figure out. Figure out what kind of man I am. If I'm the type of guy that thinks that when somebody types pussy at you, it's aggressive or not. Everybody has to get to that point in their life at some time. At some point, somebody's going to type the word pussy at you, and you got to figure out what the fuck it means. And I can't be there to hold your goddamn hand. I cannot be there. That was a pretty pathetic fucking wall of puss. I think we need more puss, a lot more puss, to earn that Bitty Jean Green appearance. Let's do it, my sweet chick fuck. Here, I'll help you. I never get involved in the walls of pussy that we build here. So I got some Bitty Jean Green emotes too. Check this shit out. There you go. We can do it, my sweet chick fuck. Yeah, Hunweef really wants to see her. Yeah. Here she is, my sweet chick fuck. Bitty Jean Green. Angel Empress Queen. Now, more business to discuss. When I show Bitty Jean Green to you like that, I encourage you. Make a fucking wish. And I think it could come true, especially if she's looking at you with those precious eyes of hers. So I really encourage wish making here. But if she wiggles around and shows you her asshole, don't you dare make a wish on that, because I think it could come true in the Wishmaster way, which is not something you want to fuck around with. There's a coitus right there. Anthony John, rise a night in the sick fuck army. Tell him to rise, my sweet sick fuck. Oh, man. You guys ever do a show and you don't know if you're just descending into madness or if you're really just doing a career? Sometimes I don't know, but I guess that's the fun. Here's a fact about asbestos. Asbestos was commonly used to make false relics, as the fire resistance was seen as goddamn miraculous. Additionally, Charlemagne allegedly had an asbestos tablecloth that he threw into fires to impress guests. And then they all promptly got fucking lung problems, like really bad ones. Because I've said it, I don't care which period of time it's from. I don't care if it's in the 1930s. I don't care if it's in the 1850s or the 1700s or all the way back into fucking medieval times. Old-timey people are fucked up, and a lot of them were real stupid. That guy had a goddamn asbestos tablecloth. How fucking dumb is that? He didn't know any better, and you can't blame him for that, because he was from hundreds of years ago. And those people, I don't even know how. I've not done the research, but I don't know how they wiped their ass that far in the past. I don't like thinking about it. I think that they might have just used their hand. Or maybe they used a part of their toga that wasn't going to, be seen by a lot of people, like the inside of their toga. Maybe they just kind of grabbed their toga and, wiped the inside of their ass with it. And then nobody could see, because if it was thick enough cloth, the shit wouldn't have made its way through the fabric. But I'm not a history major. Stop yelling. Scientist Claire Patterson spent over 20 years trying to convince the public that lead was poison. See how fucking dumb they were? God damn it. I can't say enough. I'm really getting so fucking riled up about people from the past that had to hit that fucking thing. Call me the fuck down. As you can see, there's a noticeable change in my attitude, because I can't smoke weed, so that fucking sucks. So you ever just do that? Just like live? Ooh. It's not for everybody. In 1944, 40 years after the Wright brothers completed their historic flight, Orville Wright took his last ever flight on a Lockheed Constellation. He commented that the wingspan of the Constellation was longer than the distance of his first flight. I had to be fucking weird for that guy, because he built... Okay, you can't talk shit about the Wright brothers because they did build the first planes. But those first planes were pretty shitty. They were pretty shitty. And it'd have been hard to be on something made by Lockheed and not talk a little shit. That's what I think anyway. This is bad advice and fucky facts. If you're new to it, type the word coitus into the chat and I'll night you up so good you won't even know what the fuck happened. And it may make you pregnant. Let's get another fact here. I'm glad that you enjoyed Betty Jean Green's extra appearance there. There'll be plenty more of that. Here's a fucky fact. Oh, holy shit, I started at the bottom of the fucky facts. That's crazy. A 2,000-year-old Roman cosmetic cream was discovered intact. The owner's fingerprints where they last touched the cream can still be seen. So that's pretty fucked up. You didn't even know about baths yet, but you're being that vain that you have skin cream. Romans. I can't get mad about it. I don't know if I told you about my list of accomplishments for the week. It's not been a great week, like I've said. I have been going to the gym. That's been all right. I go in there for a depressing hour every day, but I try to pretend that I'm Conan the Barbarian, just pushing that wheel around, and I'm gonna have an adventure someday. That's what I tell myself. Except instead of real cool, wheel turning, it's a fat guy on an elliptical. But it's the same. It's the same thing. Yeah, that's a good hard pass. That's just my battle scar. I know, it's only Wednesday, and it really has. This whole week, actually the last 2 weeks, all just feel like the end of Braveheart. Maybe the last 10 years of my life. I don't know. That's something I'm going to have to... That's something I'm going to have to figure out. But, yeah, I keep feeling like I'm just living the end of Braveheart. Like, the real shitty parts. So that's not cool. But, I'll get the teeth out, and then everything will be fine. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. But that's an accomplishment in itself that I made the fucking appointment. Can you guys believe that? I made a fucking appointment. I'm not good at appointments. But I made one, and they're going to do that shit to me. So that's pretty exciting that I'm finally starting to, make appointments on my own. That's what they call progress. When 16th century Russian church services grew enormously, rather than eliminate any part of the ceremony, the church opted to save time by performing up to 6 parts of the service simultaneously. This led to absurd situations where numerous people were shouting over each other because they're stupid people from the past, the distant past. No indoor plumbing or anything like that. So it's pretty crazy. Anyway, hopefully you guys are doing good. I'm trying to think of more because I gotta remain positive. I gotta think of more like accomplishments. But this week has really been. I haven't gone over the 1,600 calories, so that's pretty fucking cool. It's so easy to be a fat fuck. I would just be totally morbidly obese if that were what was considered sexy, but it's not. It used to be, I think, but that was old-timey people. So that's what really, really shocks me about times of the past is that there were fat people. There had to be fat people. So they were fat people that didn't bathe. So what the fuck? That's I guess the part that I have the most trouble with. Any part of human history is just how bad it would have smelled. Because it could have smelled really bad. The author of The Crow sought permission from Robert Smith of The Cure to use one of their existing songs in the upcoming movie. Smith liked the comic so much he wrote and recorded a new track, Burn, in 2 days. So that motherfucker liked that shit. Probably had people bathe him. Maybe. I don't know. This is bad advice and fucky facts. Thank you so much for watching it. I'm always just fucking super excited that you even found this goddamn show. Like I said, things aren't all that bad. I got a new Boba Fett helmet, which is, that in itself is a win. My first Boba Fett helmet was a real fucking disgrace. The visor, you could see right through it. I got this fucking schnoz right here, man, and that fucking thing. There was no way anybody was going to believe that I was the most feared bounty hunter in the world. And those are times I got to live with. But I got the new helmet now, so we'll see how that fucking goes. And then I also have been vacuuming my house more. Vacuuming was never something I wanted to do. But you know what? If you're alone long enough, you'll do it. You'll fucking do it. I know it. I'm 37 years old. I know you'll vacuum at some fucking point. I don't mean to yell at you. I'm sorry. The Olympic truce, which originated almost 3,000 years ago and was reaffirmed by the UN General Assembly in 1993, countries are encouraged to observe a truce for 7 days before the opening ceremonies to 7 days after the opening ceremonies, which cracks me up about the Olympics. We're like, fuck you other countries, we're gonna fucking kill everybody here! But first, let's do some hurdles. Because that's fun. No killing during the hurdles. It's weird how the world works, isn't it? Shit. I'll vacuum the shit out of the floor. Yeah, I've been vacuuming. It's fucking crazy. I empty that fucking thing. I mean, shit's getting buck wild. I got it took me 37 years to be like, all right, go ahead, vacuum. And I'm glad that day came. All in all, I'm glad that day came because, my floor can get real gross if I don't fucking do that. So vacuuming's important, but I know there's some of you cocky motherfuckers out there that are like, I don't need to vacuum. This fucking Old piece of shit. He doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. Nobody's gonna ever tell me how to vacuum. I'll never vacuum. I have hardwood floors. And I'll say that's probably a good point. If you got hardwood floors, you just sweep and mop. But if you don't do that, you'll fucking do that. There'll come a day where you're like, fuck, I gotta mop this shit. I have hardwood floors. You know? And nobody's gonna be there for you. They don't tell you that shit. Nobody's gonna be there for you. And you'll get it done. Maybe you'll use a Swiffer. Maybe you'll use a classic mop. I don't fucking know. But when you cross that bridge, and if it is something that hit you right here hard enough, I want you to tell me about it. Because we're a family here at Bad Advice and Fucky Facts. We're fucked up. And, you know, I want to know about these times that you go through, these hard times. Seen some of mop sandals. It'll get done. You're fucking right. It will. That's where I came to. Like, you know, the future was looking real bad. And then I was like, I had to look in the mirror. You know how in like movies when somebody's like riddled with like a drug addiction, or they're just like something intense going on in the movie, and then they got the scene where they're in the mirror and they're like looking at themselves like they don't know who they are or they don't know what the fuck. I got to that point, but with vacuuming. And I looked at myself in the mirror like a cop from an 80s movie, and I was like, you old son of a bitch, you're gonna have to do it. Nobody's gonna vacuum that fucking floor for you. And then I hit the mirror, and it cracked, and I had blood run down my arm. And I was like, why'd I fucking do that? Oh, God, why don't I just live simply? But, again, you know, that's just how that went for me. I don't think it has to go the same way for you. In fact, I'd like to prevent that. The largest cat inheritance belongs to a black cat by the name of Tommaso, who inherited 13 million fucking dollars and properties in Rome, Milan, and Calabria after the very wealthy owner died. So if you're feeling bad about your plight, that should make you feel a little bit worse about it. There's a cat out there with 13 million fucking dollars, and it doesn't know anything but shitting in a box, rubbing up against legs, and shitting in a box again. But it has 13 million fucking dollars. So, boo, man, I'm in a funk. I'm in a real funk. I told you guys I had a new Boba Fett helmet, right? That cheers me up. It really takes the edge off. Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper, as it exists today, is a largely modern reconstruction. The painting was severely deteriorated with 60 years of being repainted and has suffered flooding, bombing, French revolutionaries, a scratchy curtain, and use as a prison cell. So what the fuck? That thing, you gotta be careful if you got work from Leonardo da Vinci. You can't be just doing all that shit around it. You know, my Boba Fett helmet, it's put up and safe, and it's gonna be fine. There's not gonna be any kind of damage to it to where I'm gonna have to, take it to a museum and have them do that shit like from Ghostbusters 2. I don't fucking have the time for that because I said my schedule's filling up with what really happens to you later in life, which is appointments and vacuuming and a lot less fun. Nobody tells you that. Nobody wants to talk about the future and the horrible things you're going to have to get used to. But it gets better. You know, like I'm up to like where I vacuum like a couple times a week now. And after I'm done, I put the vacuum away and I'm like, yeah, man. Nice. Nice going. I'm glad I said it too. Dr. Bread. Yeah, I'm fucking glad I said it too. It needed to be said. Because everybody's just fucking having a goddamn good time out there, running around, laughing, giggling, picking flowers and shit. And someday somebody is going to fucking clothesline you in the fucking meadows and be like, it's time to vacuum and make appointments, you fuck. And you're going to go, God, the world's cruel. And you're going to be like sitting there, you know, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, Andy Green told me this day would come. I ain't fucking lying. Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper. I read that fucking thing already. This is some crazy shit. This is what we're all going to need when the apocalypse happens, because we're going to need energy. We're going to need an energy source. A lasagna can act like a battery. When stored in certain conditions in a lasagna cell, a steel pan acts as a cathode and an aluminum foil covering as the anode. And the foil can get corroded away and form holes where it touches the top of the fucking lasagna. So that's after, first vacuum. Second, get used to making appointments. Third, remember lasagnas can be used as a battery when shit hits the fan. And you need to have a lasagna's amount of energy. You'll thank me for that. You just fucking wait. If you're new to this show, by the way, you can type coitus and a bunch of crazy shit will happen. You'll get knighted. And you'll ride into Fucky battle in the honor of Betty Jean Green, the Angel Empress Queen herself. And sometimes you'll hear her say mew or mew mew. Both translate into her addressing me. And she's saying, "Fuck you, Dad!" And I'm like, "But why, Betty Jean Green? I get your food. I clean your shit. And then I let you destroy my furniture. You have the dream life of a cat." I mean, she really, she hates my furniture. She hates this chair. I took time building this chair. And you're like, you built that chair? Look at it. Look at it. It swivels and shit. Yeah, I built it. Did I make the materials? No. Did I devise a plan, blueprints, and really create it? No, I just used instructions and then the shit that Amazon sent me. But that's the same engineering ingenuity that you need to really, really make it in life. So I'm fucking proud of it. None of you can take his fucking chair away from me. But you know who can? Betty Jean Green, because she hates this fucking chair. I think she saw that it made me smile one time. And then ever since then, she has been... oh, there's a coitus right there. Mr. Dead, Dr. Brad, rise at night in the sick fuck army. Tell him to rise, my sweet sick fucks. Yeah, so what was I saying? The chair. Yeah. Betty Jean Green has made it her life's mission to fuck it up because she saw that it made me smile one time and feel good about myself. So she said, I'm going to poke holes in it. By the way, if you want to see Betty Jean Green's Jedi training, you can do that on my Instagram. I added the Star Wars music so that, I'm relevant in these times. Because if you don't make reels on Instagram, you're nobody. You're fucking nobody. So I did it. And if you want to get a glimpse inside Betty Jean Green's training, you head on over there, you watch that fucking video, and you listen to the Star Wars music while she does her shit, and you'll be like, holy fuck, Green he's like a filmmaker. And then I'll be like, yeah. I'll appear in spirit form right beside you, and I'll go, yeah. And then I'll evaporate. An Alaskan husky in the Iditarod will burn about 9,666 calories each day, a rate of caloric burn 3.5 times that of a human. Tour de France cyclist. The aerobic capacity of a typical Iditarod dog is 3 times that of a human Olympic marathon runner. So, next time, to challenge yourself when you feel good after you complete a marathon, remember you ain't got shit on dogs. Which brings me to my next point. Robot dogs will come for us. And it's up to you on what to do. We're going to all have to live in the sewers. And yeah, you're saying, well, we won't have to fucking vacuum if we're living in the sewers. Fuck yes, we will. That's what killed all those fucking people from the past is rats. And you know how you get rats? You fucking quit vacuuming. So, we're all going to be ready and braced for the collapse of society and good time sewer living. And we're going to be ready to vacuum. The one thing that will be different, there won't be as many appointments. Which I don't know if that's going to be a blessing in disguise or not. because the appointments are going to be filled with the dread of not knowing when the robot termination dogs are clacking their way down the fucking sewers towards us. But we'll be able to maybe go up into the wastelands at night and get all the different things that we need, the medicines, all the lasagnas we're going to need for the energy source. Because I envision an apocalyptic world where he who has the lasagna is king, much like Garfield. So, if shit really hits the fan, I think that we'll need to build a statue to honor Garfield. If the lasagna proves a viable source of energy. The speed camera lottery in Stockholm, Sweden is this thing. Driving at or under the speed limit would make you eligible to win this fucking lottery, where the prize funds come from the fines paid by speeders. In the trial, the average speed was reduced from 20 miles an hour to 15 miles an hour, a 22% reduction. So you get prizes if you don't fucking speed. They need to do that shit here. Why don't they do that shit here? In my apocalyptic after world, if I'm the fucking emperor of that shit, it's going to be all lasagna fueled, and it's going to be, if we have lasagna fueled vehicles, if you're caught speeding, you're going to get a fucking hefty fine. And then if you are driving your lasagna car under the goddamn speed limit, because I assume we'll all be living underground. I think we'll be living underground. So we'll have kind of like a road system down there. And the cars will be powered by lasagnas. But if you don't speed, we'll give you a fucking prize. Hell, I give you prizes all the time just for making digital walls of pussy to the very heavens of Robert Stack. You know what kind of leader I'll be. And speaking of which, I think it's time right now, if you would like another prize, a gift, direct from my talent, build a wall of pussy right now, as high as we can fucking get it. And I'll read the next fact for you. And the voice of Christopher Walken. And I'll show you Billie Jean Green too. And she's not going to like it. But she'll get over it. But yeah, build that wall of pussy. Build that wall of pussy. My sweet sick fuck. E-Ben's in on it. Life of Steve's doing it. Big thanks to Life of Steve. Paul Gara 420. Not too high. Building a beautiful portion of the wall of pussy there. Hun We've in on it. Yeah, I like where this is fucking going. That's a fair amount pussy wall for the gift at hand, which is the Christopher Walken fact. So here we go. In 1895, a swarm of Rocky Mountain locusts measuring 1,800 miles long and 110 miles wide blocked out the sun for 5 days. 30 years later, that locust was extinct. So that's something positive that we can do. We can be fucking thankful right now, each and every goddamn one of us, no matter how shitty your day was, no matter what kind of fucked up appointments you had, or if your vacuum cleaner got fucking clogged, whatever is the bump in your road. Be thankful there's not a fucking bunch of locusts covering up the fucking sun. So, that's a blessing in disguise. Here's the other part of your prize. That's her little backpack right there, and then on the front of her, up here, that's her little bow. I hope you fuckers made a wish, because her wishes are good. Here's some shit for you. Apples are not indigenous to North America, nor most of Europe. They originated in Kazakhstan. In Central Asia, east of the Caspian Sea, the capital of Kazakhstan, Alma-Ata, means full of fucking apples. By 1500 BC, apple seeds had been carried throughout Europe. And I don't like to talk about it. It's not on my IMDb. But I did play Johnny Appleseed in a play when I was in the 3rd grade. And it was supposed to be a big moment for me. I was the only kid in the whole fucking school that could do a southern accent. And I tripped coming out to do my scene. But I didn't let that stop me, and look where I ended up. Doing a very confusing show in which you pray to Robert Stack, and then you make wishes on cats and pussy walls. I mean, what more could I fucking want? In 1992, Nirvana brought an all-girl band to Buenos Aires to open for them, and the crowd was being real shitty and throwing money and everything out of their pockets at them. So Nirvana, in protest, played lesser-known songs and said they were going to play their hits, but then never fucking did, which I'm not like the biggest Nirvana fan. Like, I get why people fucking like them. But they've never been, like, my favorite band or anything. I don't hate them. Like, they don't suck. One thing I do like about them is they would do shit like that and be like, fuck you. We're not even going to play the hits. You know how balls that takes? That's basically what I do with my comedy. Now that I think about it, because none of them are hits. Nothing I say is a hit. Oh. That's a hell of a revelation to have while you're doing a show. Anyway, this is Bad Advice on Fucky Facts. If you're new to it, type the word coitus into the chat and I'll knot you up and you'll ride in a fucky battle for Betty J. Green, the Angel Empress Queen. She has many names, like the devil. But we call her just that one, Betty Jean Green, because it's fun. Jerry and Marge Selby were able to win millions from the Michigan and Massachusetts lottery due to determining a certain type of gaming having a positive expected value when played correctly. They fucking figured out how to fuck with the lottery. How do you do that shit? That's where it's at. You can figure out how to win the lottery a bunch of times. That brings me to the Andy Green Financial Minute. So, obviously, the Olympics are going on. You're going to want to invest in silver for 3 reasons. They need that shit to make the medals. It kills werewolves. And also, it can be used in a various bunch of ways, and it usually goes up kind of in value or whatever. So, silver. And then the second Andy Green Financial Minute tip is to invent or create a product or thing that millions of people will love and buy. So that's the second part. And then the third part is figure out how to trick the lottery or figure out how to cheat the lottery somehow. Don't do that, though. That's bad advice. But it says bad advice. See, I'm covered. But yeah, that's the Andy Green Financial Minute. Never do anything I say financially. I'm 37 years old, and my investment portfolio is 2 Boba Fett helmets, one of which is shitty, and like about $50 worth of silver. So, you know, invest at your own risk. I'm no Warren Buffett. And I've never said that I'm Warren Buffett. I also never claimed to be Jimmy Buffett. And I don't even like buffets, if you're going to fucking get weird about it. I don't fucking like that shit. When I was a kid, I'd see people fucking touching the food and shit. Ugh. Buffets. But if you're good, you know, if you got to find somebody to advise you financially, definitely more go with Warren Buffett than Jimmy Buffett. Although Jimmy Buffett's not doing too bad. If you ever look at his net worth, he's doing better than you. He's doing better than me. Because he wrote a song about margaritas. So, you never know. You never know what's going to happen, you know? But I know at some point in that fucker's life, he had to fire up a vacuum and make an appointment. So did Warren Buffett. All of them. Buffets are terrifying. I've always thought that. A one-end robber known as fucking Roof Man created a secret hideout inside a Toys R Us, played with the toys, watched DVDs, and ate baby food, and installed a baby video monitor. Keep an eye on the store. And he did that for a long fucking time. What the fuck? You know, see, if he would have fucking taken all that energy that he put into that insane way to live in a Toys R Us, and he would have put that towards making appointments and vacuuming regularly, he could have been the next Jimmy Buffett. Easily. Shit, man. If I could get my shit together enough and write a song about margaritas, tequila sunrises, or just any kind of mixed drink, really. You know, that's what Jimmy Buffett does. He sings about mixed drinks. He sings about pina coladas, and he sings about margaritas. You know, but that's a business plan. That's a viable business plan. Step 1, appointments. Step 2, get some silver in case there's werewolves. Step 3, write a song about mixed drinks. Step 4, vacuum. And then you will feel as though that void that you feel in your soul, we all feel it right now. You focus on it. Focus on the void. Feel that fucking thing with vacuuming, appointments, songs about mixed alcoholic beverages, and silver. The Empire State Building was constructed in less than 15 months for $24.7 million, 57% of its original budget. So holy shit, that thing, see? The guy who built that, you know what he did before he built the Empire State Building? He fucking vacuumed something. I know he did, maybe. I don't know if they had vacuums back then. I don't know what the fuck they did before they had those things. They just swept. Oh, they just took a broom and they fucking swept it out the door. Be thankful you live in these times. This is bad advice and fucky facts. If you're new to it and you don't know what the fuck's going on and you're a little scared, that's okay. That's a typical reaction to my brand of entertainment. But if you can get over all that fear and you type the word coitus, I'll tell everyone to shut the fuck up, and then we will knight you, and you will become a sick fuck knight. And your whole fucking life can be different. It could be the day that you decide, I'm a sick fuck knight now. I gotta start really fucking focusing on appointments and vacuuming. And then the rest of the shit I tell you here. I don't tell this shit to you for my health. During a rugby match in 1978, J.P.R. Williams was deliberately stamped on by an opposing New Zealand player, ripping his fucking cheek open and leaving his teeth visible through the wound. Williams lost 2 pints of blood and had his dad sew 30 stitches to close the injury before rejoining the match. So next time you got a little tummy ache, or you're like, oh, I got a kind of a headache, I don't even know if I can fucking, you're bitching like that. That guy had his fucking half his face ripped off and then went and still played rugby. You know? Pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Start jotting things down. Moscow mules, mint juleps, Long Island iced teas. That's just 3 to start, and I gave that to you. Write songs about it, and you could be a fucking international sensation musically. I mean, it's not the market that's the coolest, but if you write a catchy song about mixed drinks, you can go places. Think about that. George Miller and his wife Margaret Sixel had his wife Margaret Sixel edit Mad Max Fury Road. Miller said that she had never cut an action movie before, and he said it was edited by the usual kind of guys. It would have looked like every other action movie, and she went on to win a fucking Oscar for her work because she was badass. This is bad advice and fucky facts. It's a show, and I've always said that about it. You can ask Life of Steve. You can ask fucking anybody here. I've always said this is a show. I never skirted the issue. You know, you're looking at, if you started watching Bad Advice and Fucky Facts 25 years ago when I started the show, then you know how it's evolved. You know that we used to have an effeminate Southern man with a lisp that did an ASMR segment for us, and he fucking died. And you've seen me change my life completely. I mean, I had a shitty Boba Fett helmet, and I thought that was okay. Until I saw the light. I made a few appointments. I vacuumed the house a couple of fucking times. I slapped myself in the face. And I said, get a fucking helmet and get yourself some fucking respect, you fucking piece of shit. And then I jotted down things about mixed drinks. And I began to weave songs around them. And things are going okay now. After conservative activist Mary Whitehouse successfully campaigned to stop Alice Cooper's School Out being shown on BBC music show Top of the Pops, Cooper sent her a bunch of fucking flowers because he believed the publicity helped the song to reach #1. So that lady shitting on him made him more money. This is bad advice and fucky facts. If you've never seen the show before, I'm glad that you found it, and I hope you find it entertaining. You can have an automatic family, and all you got to do is type the word coitus into the chat, COITUS, and then that's when the real magic happens. When Jimi Hendrix played Woodstock, he had a clause in his contract that had no acts that could play after him due to some scheduling and technical issues. He didn't play until 9 a.m. Monday. By that time, most of the people had gone home and missed that fucking sweet, legendary goddamn set he did. Holy fuck, there's a bunch of coinuses right there. Storm on the horizon, ride. Burn over, ride. Tell him to ride, my sweet chick fuck. Tell that son of a bitch to ride. Tell him to ride. I know you're saying right there, you're like, fuck, dude, you need to write songs about mixed drinks with a voice like that. I know I do. Daiquiris. There's not a lot of daiquiri songs. Maybe that's the next thing. Maybe if you write a song about daiquiris, you could be living one of those fucking lives, man. One of the lives that you read about in the magazines and you see in the talkies. That could be you. All you got to do is write several verses about daiquiris. You know? And maybe you write one shitty daiquiri song and you say, fuck! It didn't work. I'm not an international celebrity yet. And that's okay. There's lots of other mixed drinks. I read about them all the time. There's some shit called a Manhattan. See how that goes. There's shit you can rhyme with Manhattan. There's a whiskey sour. A whole bunch of words rhyme with that. As whiskey sour, you got hour, devour. You know, there's shit you can work with there. I'm giving you free money, basically. Goddamn. Keanu Reeves was offered the lead role in The Matrix after 5 leading actors in the 1990s turned it down. Which is like, great, he got it, but is that still like a kick in the balls a little bit? Like, you're the 5th choice. It's no good. But he still did it. He fucking dodged those crazy bullets, and he fucking made that shit. And now he's Keanu goddamn Reeves. You know? Shit. The late actor Robert Forster, perhaps best known from... He's the guy in Jackie Brown that plays the bail bondsman. He was in Breaking Bad. He was a member of some shit called the 999 Society, which is reserved for people whose IQ is at least in the 99.9th percentile, which equates to a score of 146 or above on the widely used Wechsler tests. I thought I was smart. I used to go around thinking I was fucking smart. And one day you'll get checked in the same way as me, and you'll be like, I'm not that smart. I'm just learning how to make appointments. I had the vacuum for many years. I had that vacuum for the last 28 years. Never used it. And then I started using it. And then it was like, everything started falling in line. I was like, look at this floor. It's fucking clean. Oh my God. And then I was like, oh shit, I got all this savings from, vacuuming, because they don't. There's a slight. It saves you money somehow, but between that and the appointments, I was like able to put shit together, and then fuck yeah, Black Series Boba Fett helmet. Dreams can come true. I'm telling you. Robert Probst is the inventor of modern day cubicles. In 1968, he called them, I don't know why he didn't just call them fucking cubicles. The goddamn son of a bitch called them monolithic insanity. So I don't think he liked it. He invented cubicles and then he was like, oh no, what have I done? But he still made a lot of fucking money. Dude invented cubicles. That's more than I fucking did. I haven't invented shit. I have half a song about daiquiris, and that's it. So I better... There's Jay Gons right there. Give that fucker a follow. Big thanks to Jay Gons. Big thanks to Life of Steve also. Both those guys moderate for me. They're good guys. Give Jay Gons a follow. Watch him play those godforsaken video games. I fucking suck ass at those things. I tried to play the Apex Legends, and I was like... I wasn't very much a legend at all at it. But, you can't let that get you down. Oh, yeah, and then I've already read some of these facts. Let me see here. I've got it. Oh, shit. So I know right about now you're saying, fuck, my brain. It hurts. It hurts from all the fucky facts and then just the fucking lightning bolt of knowledge that hit me right in the fucking cerebellum. Just even starting to put together my mixed drink song business. That shit fucking causes new wrinkles in your brain, and it fucking hurts. And we used to have an ASMR segment, and the guy died. Like I've been telling you, he slipped on butter. But we've opened an ancient book, and in it are some dark arts about how to do the ancient practice of what's called a butter seance. So we're gonna do a butter seance right now and try to contact the effeminate Southern man with a lisp. So get your butters out, and I'll do it too. It's the ancient practice of a butter seance to contact the effeminate Southern man with the lisp. Butter. Yes, my sweet chick fucks. You've done and done it. That's just so much butter, and it's made me appear here before you to help you a little bit. You're saying, where are you? Well, I slipped on butter and cracked the front part of my goddamn skull open, and all kinds of my brains fell out, and then I died right there on the goddamn floor, which was a hell of a thing. And you're saying, what's in the afterlife? Well, for me, it was the Egyptian afterlife, which is real fucked up. I got on a boat, and Anubis is like, whoa, what's up? And I was like, hey, Anubis, you are Anubis, aren't you? You're the Egyptian god of the dead with the head of a jackal and all that. And he's like, yes, sir, I am. And you're like, oh, fuck. Where's this boat going to take me? And he's like, it's just going to take you around, scare the shit out of you for an indeterminate amount of time. And I was like, oh, fuck, well, is there any sort of snacks, or is there a bathroom, or what am I going to do? And he's like, well, just piss right off the side of the boat if you got to go. He's like, you can shit off there too, just tell me not to look, and do it far away from me so I don't smell your shit. And then he's like, hey, man, he tries to act like your friend at first. He's like, hey, dude, you want a beer? And you're like, yeah, that'll be pretty nice. I'm dealing with a lot, being that I'm not used to seeing pyramids and, gods with different kinds of animal faces on them. I ain't used to that shit. And he's like, okay, that's cool. I'll get you something to take the edge off. How about a beer? And he starts rooting around in the river, and you're like, they got beers right there in that river. And he's like, yeah, man, it's cool. And then he takes out part of a human spine, and then he throws it at your face. And then you're like, fuck, you surprised me with that. And that isn't a beer at all. And then he goes, ha, ha, ha. And then he goes into his cabin, and then you can see in there, and you're like, you son of a bitch, you got fucking beer in there? What the fuck? And he's like, hell yeah. And then you're like, shit, no. But anyway, that's just enough butter to say just that much. That's the butter saying, thank you guys. Oh, watch out for butter on top. Oh. said, speak through you like that, but I do it for you and for this show. Big thanks to Life of Steve for moderating this. Jay Gons. Follow those guys. Don't forget to follow everybody else from Dave and Chuck the Freak on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/actually Chuck the Freak. Twitch.tv/who the F is JC. And Twitch.tv/JAY. The JOO. You rule. Write a song about mixed drinks. I'm telling you, you'll go places. We'll see you next Wednesday for bad advice and fucky facts. Thank you.